Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the fish in this fish tank. As you can see, I've got quite a few. They're all African cichlids apart from the pleco wherever he's hiding. I've had this tank for about 2 years. Black background isn't actually painted on, so you can see quite a few white streaks behind the tank, but can't do much about that. There's a little drip. I don't know why, but there's condensation dripping down the back and there's a white line. It just doesn't look too good. And I haven't really cleaned the back of the tank in a long time, so excuse me for that. Anyway, first fish we'll talk about is this blue Ihab. He's about 8 inches long, and he's stunning. I've sold so many of his fry because people are so interested in him. Like I've put pictures up and people have asked to buy fry from him. And yeah, I'll just give you a minute to look at him. I mean, he's moving stones around. These stones aren't that big that he's moving at the moment, but some of them, like these gravels here, are quite big, which he does move quite a lot. There are quite a lot. Here it's just, yeah, they're smaller. Yeah, he's just a stunning fish. I mean, he's trying to breed at the moment with that female there, I believe. Maybe the other one, wherever she's hiding. But yeah. He's bred with this one as well, which I got some funny hybrid babies, but they turned out to be quite interesting. And yeah, I've got that in the other tank, the other babies of him, which are quite immature. So yeah. Next one is the super red Empress. He's right at the back of the tank, so he looks quite a lot smaller at the moment, but he's about 5 inches, I'd say, maybe 5.5. I've had it. He's grown extremely quickly. I mean, I bought him. I've had him for 6 months, and I bought him and he was like maybe 4.5 inches, so he's grown about an inch, and I think that's quite fast for 4 months, a whole inch. And yeah, I mean, apparently they get to like 10 inches, 9 inches. But yeah, it all depends on the size of the tank. Next fish will be this Venustus. I bought 2, and I mean, I'm not sure what's wrong with them because they've barely grown, and I've had them for about 6 months. It hasn't grown at all. I bought 2, one died, unfortunately. It just wouldn't eat at all. I don't think it had parasite because I treated it and didn't do anything. I treated them both, so they were both in the same tank while I was treating them, and nothing happened. One died, one survived. I don't know if it's a male or female because it's so juvenile. And yeah, so next fish will be the Jacob Freiberg Otter Point. He's about 4 inches long. Had him for a good 1.5 years. Hasn't grown much at all, but he's showing some amazing colours. And quite a common fish. Bought him from the local fish shop. And yeah, he's quite a cool fish actually. I've had a few batches of fry from him, which some of them I've sold and some of them I've just kept. Down here I've got a jewel cichlid. It's actually a very common fish. You'll always see them in the fish shop. He's about 3.5 inches, I think. Not very. I mean, his colours are stunning, but not very expensive fish. You know, I've had him for a good amount of time. Never had problems with them. Always eat perfectly. Not that aggressive either. Some people think they're really aggressive, but I really don't think they are. Especially in a tank with lots of fish that are a lot bigger than it. Completely calm fish. Yeah, I mean, colours are stunning. I've got a pair of them. They have 500 babies at a time, which is insane. Obviously, I can't keep them, and I've never tried to keep them. They just get eaten up in this tank by the other fish because they're so small. Here, I've got a CH44 chromis. It's about 3 inches as well. Had him for about 7 months? No, a lot longer than 7 months. Sorry, 1 year and 7 months. Yeah. His colours are just amazing. I don't know why he's breathing so fast at the moment. I think he just got chased around in the previous take. He wasn't breathing so fast, but yeah. really nice, amazingly coloured fish. Kind of a bit aggressive, especially towards its own kind, but look at the iridescence under his eye. I mean, just a really stunning fish, I think. Next fish is the front. I've got a pair of them. I think the one you're looking at the moment, is a female, and I've got a male hiding up there. He's got more of a hump on his head. They're about 2 inches, maybe 2.5 if you're pushing it. And yeah, I've had them for not that long. Pretty cool fish. Haven't grown very quickly, but I can't wait for them to grow to a humongous 1.5 foot long. Sometimes that depends on the tank. Usually they get to about 12 inches. I don't know what this fish is right here, but I mean the colours on it are stunning. It was not like this when I bought it from the fish shop. It was a grey fish. I thought it was a female actually. I bought it with the red shoulder, which isn't showing. The red shoulder isn't showing very many colours at the moment. I think he's quite ill. Anyway, but this fish is amazing. I mean, the colours he's showing is looks so much better in real life. The yellow's a lot more vibrant, and so is the blue. And it's a really dark, iridescent blue compared to most other fish. Like his blue is dark, but not as dark. His blue's more shiny and bright blue, but not too bright. It's like it's like a blue crayon basically. His blue, this one's blue, whereas that one's blue is like a more ocean blue color, very dark. Yeah. Next one is this yellow sunshine peacock. I think, I'm not really sure because I've got 2 of them. They've always say this color. They've got some blue on their gill plates, but I'm not sure when they're going to colour up or how big they get. I mean, I'm not even sure if they are sunshine peacocks. I just bought them from a mixed Malawi tank. And yeah. Next fish. So I've got another one of those CH44 haps, which just came in shot, so I'm just going to talk about it quickly. It's a bit bigger than the other one. It actually gets bossed about by the smaller one, which is surprising. And yeah, he's just quite a cool fish. He eats out of my hand sometimes actually when I feed them. I've got one yellow lab, also known as an electric yellow lab or something. I think it's a female because sometimes it lays eggs without a male, just so it doesn't get egg bound. And yeah, I mean, I think it's getting a bit too much protein in this tank since most of the other fish in this tank are predator haps. So it's getting a bit too much protein and not enough fibre. So it looks a bit chunky. And I haven't fed them today, so his stomach's looking a bit empty, but usually it feeds loads. But yeah, it's about 5 inches, I think. And just really quite a cool fish. So the next fish you want to be talking about is the tropheus, wherever he's gone. Oh, there he is, right in front of me. That's my main problem with a black background. Never see the dark fish. Anyway, so he's about 5 inches long, maybe 4.5. He's a male, because I've seen him breed and have fry. He's a stunning fish. He's more one of the more fat fish of the tank compared to most slim fish, which I guess comes with a very fibre-rich diet. I'm not sure, but anyway, yeah. So he's quite cool, quite a dark maroon colour. He's a firecracker, actually. I don't know if I mentioned that yet, but yeah. I've got a trio of them. One of them died because he killed it. I didn't kill it. The male killed the female. They're quite aggressive when it comes to breeding. And yeah, you know, it kind of went wrong. But what can you do? Next fish is this one. I've got 5 of them. They're mabuna. They graze with algae all the time. They're pretty cool fish. I've had them for about a year now. They've only been in this tank. They haven't been in my second tank. And yeah, they're really, really cool fish. They graze with algae all the time, moving rocks all the time. That one's got a bit of damage on it, as you can see on the side. But, I mean, that comes with having quite a few males in a tank and only a few females. They just start fighting a lot, so, yeah. But, not too much injury. And yeah, they show quite a lot of interesting behaviour. They're moving rocks in the corners and things like that, and they're pretty cool fish. So the next one will be this female jewel cichlid, which I've got. It's a bit less colourful, and I bought it at the same time as I bought the male, which was, I don't know what I said. It was one of the first few fish I had anyway, and it's really cool, really nicely coloured, and has about 500 eggs at a time, lays 500 at a time. It's completely different to how most other cichlids lay eggs. The jewel cichlid lays them on a rock, compared to other cichlids which just lay them on the floor, and then the female will come and pick the egg up, and then it'll incubate it in his mouth until it spits it out. And that's what all the other fish do in this tank. I think that's the only female mabini one that I've got. I don't know exactly what they are. Should probably do more research into it, but yeah. And that's the female electric yellow, or libido chromis. Why have I not shown you? There's a cheerleader chromis right down there in the back, behind that blue fish. That blue fish is actually one of the babies of the big blue one there. He's about a year old. I don't know if I've talked about him yet, but yeah. But that cheerleader chromis is amazing in terms of colour. Black and white, some hints of blue on the top fin and dorsal fins. Also very yellow side fins, but yeah. Hasn't grown much. Only had him for about 3 or 4 months, but it's really cool. Elongated fish. Like, he swerves in and out between rocks and things like that. You see him popping his head out. But yeah, really interesting fish. I've only got one of them, but I think he's pretty nice. Have I shown you all the fish? You know, it's a problem. Yeah, I think I've shown you all of them. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.